So come closer, let's talk more about in a closer look. And as you see, this is a huge motorcycle. The behemoth of adventure. Yes, we are here at BMW Madhevpura showroom, and we are here to experience the launch of the 1300 GS Adventure. Yes, you would have seen the delivery video of the 1300 GS Adventure, the first one in the entire nation, being delivered to one of the most reputed customers. But yeah, we are here for the official launch of the 1300 GS Adventure. So stay tuned later on in this video because you're going to see the 1300. And as you pan around, just follow me. It's right here under the covers with the AV being played on the 1300 GS Adventure. So stay tuned. We're going to see this behemoth of a motorcycle being unveiled. And later on in this video, I'm going to give you the specs as well. So guys, the bike is just unveiled at the BMW showroom, and as you see, this is a huge motorcycle. And even with the tank, even with the size of the motorcycle, this is huge. So come closer, let's talk more about in a closer look. So firstly, when you look at the seat, you get this proper tough braces here on the seat, and plus this option here as well, which is to mount your tank bag. And when you look at the tank compared to the 1300 GS, this is a huge tank. The entire unit is huge. Looking at the tank capacity, this comes with a 30-liter tank, while the GS comes with a 19-liter tank. And yes, you do have this slot here to put your key inside and ride. Plus this is a boxer engine which is 1300cc, produce around 145 horses and 149 newton meters of torque. So guys, this is a completely new video style that I've been trying out, so hope you'll enjoy this style of video. So back to the video. This bike is a 1300cc engine which produces around 145 horses and 149 newton meters of torque. What's new on this bike is basically an off-road stance, an off-road presence, and much more off-road capable, which basically means a bigger tank, much more protection, and also pannier mounts all the way around. It gets auxiliary lights, everything. So firstly, to talk to you about the bike is it gets auxiliary lights from factory, and which are pretty bright, and you get LED lights all the way around, the headlights, tail lights, indicators, auxiliary lights, everything. The indicators are integrated in the knuckle guards, which are pretty good touch. Honestly, the bike is pretty good for off-roading, and there are some videos online where people have literally thrown the bike all around. They've literally dragged the bike, can you believe it? And it didn't have any scratch. That is how well built BMW has done it, and gives you a proper good placement and a wider placement for the indicators as well. Apart from that, talking to you about the seats, these gets heated and cooling seats, and it gets heated grips as well. And if in case you're riding to Ladakh, you don't need to go all the way to a foreign country. Also, if you're riding from Bangalore to Ladakh, you need heated seats and heated grips, otherwise you're gonna freeze. So this bike has that. This also gets electronically adjustable windscreen as well. With the press of a button, you can raise the windscreen according to whichever height that you would like it to be at. It gets electronically adjustable suspension. Talking to you about the suspension, at the front, this bike gets tele-lever suspension. What does that mean? This basically means that the front of the motorcycle gets forks and a spring. This has been continued from the 1250 that BMW has been, a pioneer in this technology called the tele-lever suspension, which basically helps in prevention of nose dive. What is nose dive, you may ask? Nose dive is basically if you raise the throttle, the bike throws you, and you leave the throttle, it has a jump down. That is basically reduced with this tele-lever suspension. It's a pretty good technology, and they have been using it for many years up to now, and it's not wrong to use it on the new bikes as well, because it has been working on the previous bikes. So the seat height of this bike, the lowest seat height Don't quote me on this. The lowest seat height is comes up to around 830 mm, and the highest seat height for the Indian variants is around 850, 860 mm. While you go to the foreign markets, the bike raises all the way up to 890 mm, which is proper off-road capable bikes. And yeah, at the press of a button, you move it up, you move it down, depending on whichever ride height suits you best. And one more thing is that if you're putting the main stand for the bike automatically raises itself. And currently I'm playing a clip where the showroom executive had put the main stand of the bike, and basically the bike did it so gracefully. It raised itself so gracefully. First it raised the back slightly, and then it raised the front forks, which honestly I could just sit all day looking at the way the suspension works. That was beautiful. And you get lot of electronics. You get different riding modes. You get enduro, dynamic, rain, road, a lot. Honestly, a lot. And you get a lot of electronic safety items as well. You get traction control, you get wheelie control. On an adventure bike, wheelie control, seriously, yes, that is true. Because of the amount of power this bike produces, you can control everything on this motorcycle up to the pin. You get cruise control, and basically this comes in three different, not three, you get four different variants actually, which is firstly the trophy variant, the GS trophy, which is the launch bike that we see here. Apart from that is there's a red and silver, red, black, silver bike. Then you have a triple black, which is all black and gray panels, and then you have the option 719. Fun fact about the option 719 is that in the foreign markets, this bike is a non-clutch bike, which is basically called the ASA of BMW. Basically, with the ASA system, and I've seen a couple of videos of in the foreign countries where people ride the bike and they put it in cruise control. And say you set the speed limit to 80, and with the radar that the bike has, it measures the distance with the car or bike that is in front of you, and it lowers the speed or raises the speed, usual in every bike. But with the ASA, this bike can lower the gear and upshift as well, and it does it so well where the bike doesn't jerk at all. Seriously, what an innovation BMW has done. So the Indian variants of the 719 comes with a clutch. So all variants across the board comes with a clutch for the Indian variants. But if you go to a foreign market, the top end, that is the option 719, comes with the non-clutch, which is the ASA variant. Apart from that, talking to you about the tires, this is tubeless tires, and it is spoke wheeled, and it gets 120 section tire at the front, which is a 19-inch rim, and a 170 section tire at the rear, which is a 17-inch rim. And this is a shaft driven motorcycle, unlike the other motorcycles, which is the chain driven. There is an option 719 in my previous video. If you click here, you'll find a video on the option 719 bike that was delivered, and this was the nation's first, India's first BMW 1300 GS adventure to be delivered at the showroom. And this was the launch of JSP Motorrad at Madhepura. At first, when I saw this bike in pictures, I was a little skeptical, because I honestly love the way the previous bikes looked. The 1250 had my heart, but this design grows on you. So basically this design is like a love-hate relationship. Either you love it or you hate it. There's nothing in between. So that's the video on the BMW 1300 GS adventure. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. See you in the next one.